afternoon. Welcome to another edition of Faith and Flow, the Health Talk Show. You're here with myself, Terry, and Tansy. Hey. So today, guys, we're talking about it's the last day of Black History Month. All three of us, we're busy now. So all three of us picked a person that we wanted to talk about today that made a significant contribution to the medical field that's African American. So we're going to go ahead and start with Miss Tansy.
Good afternoon, everyone. As Christy has stated, I'm Tansy, and today I actually wanted to share a little bit, very little, about Dr. Jane Cook Wright. She was born in 1919, and she left the earth in 2013. She was 94 years old, so she lived a long time. She was known as the mother of chemotherapy.
Ooh.
And yes, and she's actually the first Black African American young lady that was appointed, where her father was the first. She's the daughter of the first African American graduate of the Harvard Medical School, who was Dr. Lewis Wright. He also, both, this is like a dual thing here, right? Her father and daughter team, both just blazed the area when it came to medical Black doctors in the American area. So he was considered to be the first African American Black police surgeon at the Municipal Hospital in New York City. And she worked with him after she got her degree, of course. They worked at the Harlem Hospital Cancer Research Center. And let's see. So together they was a duo. They tried to create the chemotherapy drugs. And they did an amazing job. The greatest thing about her and her research, she literally used the cancer cells of a patient instead of like most researchers using lab rats. So with that type of research, using their tissues and the cancer cells, you're able to get a more accurate result to understand how the remission would take place of any patient that had cancer. So that is absolutely a great accomplishment for any Black American, any person for real. But we're talking about Black Americans. And I don't think many of us today even understand just how impactful our ancestors have been in our lifetime and contribute to the great things that we do have here on earth. She was also elected as the first woman president in the 1971 Cancer Society in New York. So just great accomplishments all around. She really focused on the research for cancer and trying to come up with different ways to make sure her patients were well and healthy again. She did lose her father, though, in the year 1952. She was about 33 years old then. And I'm sure he died of tuberculosis. So she probably even went and didn't say, but she may have done some studies on tuberculosis later just to help out with, another issue that was killing our Native people. So, but yeah, that's something real
awesome.
Wow, that is amazing.
Yeah, I mean, you just never know what history we have to unpack. So we're going to keep it moving to Miss Terry.
All right, so I was planning on doing someone that I was pretty familiar with. However, I ended up coming across someone that I had no prior knowledge about. And his name is Leonidas Berry. And I don't know if any of you have ever heard of him, but he was born July 20th, 1902. Okay. And he died December 4th, 1995. So when he passed away, he was at the age of 93. Right? So he lived a nice long life. And so just a little bit of history on him. So I'm going to tell you right now, because he's not someone that I'm well versed, about, you're going to see me, kind of take a look at some things. All right. Okay. Because I don't want to miss anything. Honestly, I was so intrigued by the information that I found out about him. And so, I found about 10 things that I wanted to share with you all. All right. So bear with me. So he was born in Woodsdale, Person County, North Carolina. And after graduating from Wilberforce University in 1924, he moved to Chicago, where he received a second BS degree from the University of Chicago, followed by an MD degree from Rush Medical College in 1933. And he also received an MS degree in pathology from the University of Illinois Medical School. So he was very educated, all right? So he became the first Black internist, all right, at Cook County Hospital. And he was one of the first Black doctors to be admitted to the American Medical Association. And he served as president of the National Medical Association, all right? And that was a mainly Black organization in the mid-1960s, all right? Another great fact about him is he was a pioneer in gastroscopy, so gastro and endoscopy. All right. He was a very educated man. So he had a passion for working on the digestive system and finding different ways to educate the Black community. Okay. So I don't know. I just found this all to be very intriguing. And he wanted to educate the Black community about health. So most of his time he spent studying the stomachs of alcoholics. Right?
Okay.
Yes. Yes. So he also invented what's called the Ederberry biopsy attachment for the Eder-Palmer gastroscope. So he was an inventor too. Okay. And that was produced by the Eder Instrument Company in 1953. All right. The Ederberry biopsy attachment made the gastroscope the first direct vision suction instrument used for taking tissue samples during gastroscopic examinations. Amazing. Now, excuse me, he's not only passionate about, the medical field and, gastro and endoscopy and all of that, but he was also a social activist, right? And so he launched a program aimed at integrating the NMA. Through this initiative, he appointed a special committee specifically tasked with seeking the membership of white doctors, because there was a lot of segregation and stuff like that going on during that time. And so by 1966, 100 white doctors had joined the organization. All right, exactly. And so just to remind you, the NMA, that was the National Medical Association. So, and that was a Black organization. However, he had 100 white doctors join the organization. And as a result of his efforts, the American Medical Association eventually agreed to end its racial exclusion practices in 1968.
Awesome.
All right. Listen, when you have that type of platform, when you have that type of influence, you can make a difference if you just speak up, right? So there's a lot of people that's not necessarily using that platform to help, bridge the gap with certain things, but he was one of those people that did that, right? All right, so he was so committed to community service, he helped found the Chicago Council for Biomedical Careers in 1950. And with the purpose of preparing Black American youth for careers in medicine, the Chicago Council for Biomedical Careers helped to encourage those that were interested in becoming physicians. Yeah, he was, yes.
We're paying it forward.
Paying it forward, yes,
Yeah.
right? So he provided them with the education and resources so they would need to achieve that goal. So they would have council-funded healthcare conferences and career counseling sessions. Amen. So he was really pouring into those that had a desire, those young African Americans that had a desire to be in the medical field. He provided them amazing opportunities, right? So now watch this. During a race riot in Cairo, Illinois in 1970, Dr. Berry established the Flying Black Medics. Okay, so this team of nurses, social workers, dietitians, pharmacists, biochemists, they would fly from Chicago to the rural town to provide medical care for the impoverished Black residents. Come on. Now, do y'all see why I chose him? Oh my gosh. Now, what they did was they set up medical clinics in the basement ward chapel of AME Church, where they distributed supplies and doctors examine each patient that walked through the church's doors.
Oh, that's so good.
All right, I'm almost done, y'all, but
Bring it
Keep
back.
on
Come on.
going.
another so another key element though of the clinic involved lectures on health as well as panel discussions throughout the day. Some of the topics covered included established and innovative proposals for improvement of healthcare in Cairo and vicinity and health facilities for the poor and disadvantaged in Cairo and Alexander County. He deeply believed that doctors had a duty to participate in civic affairs, right? So he fought fiercely against institutionalized racism during his lifetime. Thus, his willingness to speak out against and address the social injustices plaguing healthcare and the medical profession became not only a hallmark of his career, but also of his life. All right?
The doors of the church are now open. If you desire to come, let me tell you, there's a reason why God put these two ladies on my heart. I don't even have to do my piece. I'm gonna do a little bit because I'm not. I don't know why I sat in this chair. One of them should have sat in this chair. Let me go and get mine out of the way first, because these are the speakers right here. Oh my God! Yeah, we doing it together with y'all. So you know how people used to say Whitney Houston used to sing, honey, y'all are the Whitney Houston equivalent to this panel right here. All right, so let us go back to the prayer mode and the quiet mode because
sorry.
That was good. That was good. You touched me a little bit.
Like, bring
All
it
right.
back.
Yeah.
Can bring it back?
Yeah, you know what?
They bring it back in these days where the doctors come together,
Oh,
you know,
exactly.
and they teach the young ones to pay it forward.
So if there's any medical professionals that just heard this, we need for you to bring some of this back.
Yeah.
Okay. Because our young people they need it, you know?
Yeah.
All right. You know what? I'm going to be respectful of time a little bit, but you just. I don't want the music to play on me. All right. All right. So I decided to do, and I'm not sure, in the Hampton Roads area, some of you guys may know this person, Dr. Lori Wilson. She was the first, actually, I'm going to go ahead and get this out of the way first because somebody in the room want to hear this. She's from Portsmouth, Virginia. She's from Portsmouth. I think, what was it, Cavalier Manor area?
Okay, Cavalier Manor.
Is
that where you're from?
No, wait, she's from Portsmouth.
Okay.
Wonderful lady. I had the opportunity to meet her in person a couple of years ago. And let me tell you, she was just one of the people, a person that when you met her, it's almost like kindred spirits. Almost like when you and I met and we just sat there and talked. And actually that only happened to me one other time, which was with Tansy. But when she and I met and we sat there and talked and we ignored everything else in the room. And she gave me some of the best advice and just conversation, and you would have thought we was just friends forever. So Dr. Lori Wilson, I'm going to read it off here, I don't want to mess it up. She was the first woman to hold the surgical oncology division chief position at Howard University Hospital, and the first woman to be promoted to full professor in surgery at Howard University College of Medicine. She was born in Germany, but when she was 5 years old, like I said, they moved to Portsmouth. And successful people come out of Portsmouth.
They really do.
Yeah.
And so they moved to Portsmouth. That's where she grew up at. She basically was like, she learned how to live in Portsmouth as far as sense of community, giving back. That was very important for her. She was a female surgeon, y'all.
Nice.
And throughout her career, she did a lot of advocacy work as far as reaching out, similar to what some of these programs were. One of her little mentees was myself, with her giving knowledge and giving me different tasks to do to get to the next level in the medical field. on an advocacy level, because I'm not cutting nobody open. You know, she was a surgeon, and I was gonna stand in the background and close my eyes when blood come out, but you know. But she also, let me see. I want to make sure I give you facts too. Is she excelled in science. She won a prestigious award that led her to work in the research lab. So she did a lot of clinical research, which was a lot of our conversations was about doing clinical research. One of her mentors actually showed her how to do not only research but be a doctor. So she had like 5 different things going on at one time. So she was an MD, she was a surgeon, she was a researcher, she did community advocacy, she taught full time as a professor. So all of those things I also wanted to do, with the exception of being a surgeon, because I'm not cutting nobody back. But those are things that I wanted to do as well. And she, you know, made a big impact in the community. And I know you guys sometimes believe that people from Portsmouth is a little bit different. I'm sorry, I'm just messing with her. But no, but she came from the Hampton Roads area. So, you know, I just wanted to recognize one of our own that I met in on the way. You know, we wasn't even in Hampton Roads when we met. But to me, when you go out to different conferences and stuff, and then you meet somebody from home and you just connect. And so that's why I want to bring homage to her. Another way we connected was she was diagnosed with breast cancer. The first time she beat it, she was in recession for almost 5 years, and then it came back. And when it came back, it was metastatic. Meaning, metastatic is when it comes and it moves to other areas in your body, and it's incurable. So she departed us in 2022, but her legacy has, you know, outweighed herself. She's traveled across the country to other countries. She did outreach in Africa. I think she did a couple of things in Germany. There was different things that she was doing as far as underserved communities in different countries, as well as in the United States. But she always took care of home first, but she also ventured out. So that is my person that I wanted to recognize today, Dr. Lori Wilson.
Phenomenal.
Yes, indeed.
Yes.
So now we usually open up for questions. JJ, are you on did anybody put any questions? All right, so if you have questions, we're gonna count down from 5 for you to put them in there. And if you don't have any questions, we're gonna sum it up. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, all right, we're gonna sum it up. Look, this is an awesome thing. Our next, we're gonna do this every 4th Friday.
4th Friday,
Right. Okay, so every 4th Friday except for the month of June and November and December. Yeah, that we're not gonna do. But every 4th Friday, meet us here. Not in June, not in November, not in December, but you'll see it on our website. To check out further events, go to pinkslayer.org. You could also contact us if you have a question after seeing this. The best way would be to either comment under the video, that way either one of us can see it, or if it's a little bit private, you know, because we don't want to know your actual medical stuff on Facebook, right? You can go to pinkslayer.org and go to contact us and fill out that form and send your question in that way as well. All right. Well, you guys have a nice evening, and we will see you next month.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.